Are you frustrated more often than you'd like to admit? Well, then you have to understand this one thing about frustration in order to completely remove it from holding you back from being your very best and thriving in every area of your life. And this one thing that you and I and every human alive must understand about feeling frustrated is this. It's trying to tell you something. Frustration is simply communicating a message to your brain that you feel a certain way, that you have certain thoughts about how something should be or shouldn't be relative to your expectations. And so here's the thing. If you can understand this and actually believe it to be true, which, by the way, it is true, that frustration is simply a message being communicated to you, then you do this one thing and it can shift everything for you when you get frustrated. And it's this. Get curious. Get curious about what is the message this frustration is trying to tell me. And very often it's a message of like, I see things differently. And if you're frustrated, it's a perfect opportunity to learn about you. Because self-awareness is literally the key to thriving in everything you do in every area of life. And so if you truly want to thrive and you want to stop being stuck in feelings of frustration, then you must realize that it's an opportunity to learn. And as soon as you realize it's an opportunity to learn, then you're gonna be better at handling frustration. And listen, by the way, I'm not telling you that doing this will eliminate frustration from ever coming up in your life, because that's like saying someone is gonna stop completely communicating with you just because you learned about this person. Like, look, if I'm trying to help, or my wife's trying to help me in conversation and she's like, hey, I want you to be self-aware of this, and she communicates it, that doesn't mean that just because I learned that thing, she's never gonna tell me these things again. She's gonna have to tell me other things as they come up. Like, it's a response of the human being. When something doesn't align with your expectations the way you think it should be, you might get frustrated or irritated or angry or any number of negative emotions, but it's simply there to help you be moved in the direction of this. Get curious, learn about yourself, learn about how you see the world, expand your mind about how you see the world, because when you can expand and enrich your mind about how you see the world, it doesn't mean that you have to start believing things totally differently, but what it does mean is now you're open to greater possibilities for how the world might actually exist, instead of just staying stuck in your own current narrow view of the world. And by the way, we all, relative to what's possible, we all have a narrow view of what's possible in the world. We all do. I don't care if you're the most self-aware person on the face of the planet. I don't care if you do personal growth and education every single day. We all have a very narrow view of what's possible in the world and what everyone thinks. And so if you can learn to take frustration and anger and turn it into curiosity to learn about yourself and to develop self-awareness, then friend, you're gonna go from just trying to get by and survive and get through these emotions to leveraging this frustration into breaking through to your next level of awareness so you can be your very best and thrive in every area of life.